Hello, welcome to another geopolitics and international relations vlog. And in today's vlog, I would like to discuss about one of the most important continent in Africa that is becoming the headline after Russia and the Africa summit, in which some African leaders have strongly criticized the West, especially France, and the exploitation of their resources. So this region that is I am going to discuss is one of the region that is full of the resources and the mines and minerals. So this region is also becoming the headline, and it's getting one of the most important point that why this exploitation of these countries has been going on for the centuries, but the life of the common people has been not changed yet there. So first of all, I would like to discuss about the map of this region that I am going to be in the focus today and in my discussion. So this region that is going to be under this conflict now is the Sahel region of the Africa. It's a below sub-Sahara region, and the countries that comes in this region are the Mali, Burkina Faso, Chad, Niger, and Guinea. So this belt of the countries is one of the most poorest belt of the country in the world. The poverty level and if we talk about the resources of these countries, so these countries, like if we will talk about the Niger, that is witnesses currently a military coup in this region. So this country is full of the resources like uranium, coal, gold, iron, gypsum. Then if we will talk about the Burkina Faso is the country that is much famous after we see that some European countries have raised their voice. If we will see how the Italian Prime Minister has explained about the Burkina Faso. So let's have a look what she said about the Burkina Faso.
Questo si chiama franco CFA. È la moneta coloniale che la Francia stampa per 14 nazioni africane, alle quali applica il signoraggio e in forza delle quali sfrutta le risorse di questa nazione. Questo è un bambino che lavora in una miniera d'oro in Burkina Faso. Il Burkina Faso è una delle nazioni più povere del mondo. Per il Burkina Faso, che ha l'oro, la Francia stampa moneta coloniale. In cambio pretende che finiscano nelle casse del tesoro francese il 50% di tutto quello che il Burkina Faso esporta. L'oro che questo bambino si infila in un cunicolo per tirare fuori finisce per lo più nelle casse dello Stato francese. Allora la soluzione non è prendere gli africani e spostarli in Europa. La soluzione è liberare l'Africa da certi europei che la sfruttano e consentire a queste persone di vivere di quello che hanno.
Similarly, Mali is also another country that is also close to the Burkina Faso, and it's come into the Sahel region that is under severe kind of the political disruption and security disruption. So France has a huge influence in this region, and right now we saw that after the colonial era that ended in 1960s, after that France still have its very strong presence and very strong control on everything in these countries. And so right now this current setback that is coming on France is actually the payback, or whatever you would say, that is the reaction of the decades that France has exploited these resources. So currently in Niger, that we saw that there is a military coup now, and we saw on social media and other trending that there is a lot of anger and the aggression that is coming from the Niger people against France, and France has to uplift and to be airlift its people and other diplomatic staff and other installation into the Niger. And the French government, the French foreign minister has said that France is optimistic that they will restore the previous government, but after this statement that might be any military intervention, and the other countries like Burkina Faso and Mali have strongly opposed this statement from the France, and they said that there will be no restoration of any previous government there. So this Sahel region, I again mentioned that we saw a lot of political change, and the chain of the military coup in these countries. So this trending of the military coup is actually resulted into the exploitation of the resources of these countries for centuries and for decades. So now the patience of these people has burst, and finally it's looked like this, that they are going to be some sort of another alliance that this exploitation of their resources could be stopped. So after this Africa and the Russia summit, one of the leaders that become much attention to the media around the world, that was the Ibrahim Traoré, who is the current leader of the Burkina Faso, and he criticized very hardly all the French and all the other European powers and the Western powers, that they have been exploited, their resources have been exploited. Burkina Faso leader Colonel Ibrahim Traoré, who became very famous after this Russian African summit, and he criticized the Western countries, their exploitation of the resources, and he urged all the African nations that they should reconsider and they should realign and to find some new directions in terms of their strategical and other cooperation. So this thing is that this new wave of the change into the Africa is going to be some sort of the new battlefield or new Cold War era between the Russia and the United States, because we saw that after this Niger coup, it's becoming that the Western countries are among the hard hitting point by the African nations and the African people. So on social media, we saw that when this Burkina Faso Colonel Ibrahim Traoré, when he will back, he got a very warm welcome, and it's trending on the social media. People are welcoming and his narrative. So it's mean that the people are backing him and supporting him, this narrative against the this colonial era and all this deprivation that this nation and these countries have been facing for the last several centuries. One thing that is most important aspect of this African region, this Sahel region, that this region is full of the resources, but the other thing is this, that this country, this region was hardly hit by the terrorism. There was a very strong hideouts of the Al-Qaeda and the ISIS, and the wave of the terrorism has been quite serious in the last couple of years and a couple of decades. So we saw that the rise of the militancy in this area, and simultaneously when we saw that this area is full of resources and it's enriched, it's highly enriched in terms of the copper, gold, zinc, and other resources, that is almost now the backbone of the mega conglomerates and the big business tycoons around the world. So that is something point to be noted, that this coincidence of the terrorist organizations and the full of resources, that is some sort of the very much link with some sort of the geopolitics change and some sort of the some business tycoons agendas. Thank you very much for watching this geopolitics and international relation vlog, and you can also visit my website www.malikayubsumbul.com. You can also follow me on my Twitter handle, that is Ayub Sumbul. You can also follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Thread app, and my handle is Ayub Sumbul.